Okay, are we ready? Hi, everybody. My name is Sak Segkhoonthod. I'm a senior advisor at the Electronic Transaction Development Agency, or ETDA. Today, I'm going to talk about AI governance, Thailand's approach. So let me start with Thailand's national AI strategy in order to give you an overview of how Thailand is implementing AI. We actually had the cabinet approve the national AI strategy back something like 3 or 4 years ago. It's a 5 years plan, starting from 2022 2027. In this plan, we have a vision to make Thailand to be an AI ecosystem in order to promote the development and to apply AI for the country in order to enhance the economy and quality of life by 2027. And in this strategy plan, we have 5 principles, if you like. The first one, the first strategy would focus on how to prepare Thailand for ethical, legal, and social, impacts. So basically, in this strategy, we have to make sure that we have a good, some sort of system to govern the use of AI in Thailand. And if I remember correctly, in this strategy, we plan to have some sort of at least one law, something like that. But when I'm going to tell you later that we actually have 2 drafts of AI law in Thailand. In order to make this strategy work, we have a number of organizations working together, which I would explain to you later. Okay. The other strategies would the second one is about infrastructure. The third one is the human capacity building. The fourth one is promotion of tech and drive AI technology development in Thailand. And the last one is about to promote the AI in both public and private sectors. And we focus on 10 sectors, healthcare, education, and so on. But my presentation would be on the first strategy, which is about ethical, legal, and social implication. We started, driving this strategy by launching AI ethics principle of Thailand 2 years ago. It was initiated by the Office of the National Economy and Digital Economy and Society Committee. Basically, this is a policy, digital policy maker for Thailand. In that principles, as you can see from these slides, we identify 6 principles for Thailand to comply, in terms of AI ethics. As you can see very quickly, it's not different from other, well-known AI principles such as the OECD, the UNESCO, and so on. So I won't go into much detail, but just for you to understand the whole picture, is that with by these 6 AI ethical principles, we actually identify what would be the goals. Okay, in fact, we actually have a number of activities regarding how to drive this AI ethical principle. For example, I think the ONDE, the office who launched these AI principles, have some sort of a website so that any organization could actually use this website to do assessments in terms of AI ethics, something like that. And also they have activity regarding the create awareness for the Thai people in terms of training, I think, and they have set a goal to educate some sort of 500,000 people, something like that. But as I said, that it was done 2 or 3 years ago before ChatGPT came out. So I believe that we have to revise this AI ethics principle as soon as possible. As you know that because of ChatGPT and generative AI, when it came to the picture, it means that we have to rethink about the previous AI ethical principle. But just for your information, Thailand already have this AI ethical principle in place. Now, how about how to implement AI ethical principles? This is ETDA, my organization mandate. So basically, as you can see from this picture, we have the 5 strategy to develop AI in Thailand, and the first area is about ethics. Okay, and we already issued the 6 principles of AI ethics for Thailand. As you can see from these slides, and the next step would be how to implement the AI ethics principles. So we come up with 3 pillars of AI governance. AI governance structure, strategy, and AI operation, which I would be elaborate more in my slide later. So as you can see that for Thailand, in order to drive the use of AI, we have a number of organizations working together. As you can see from here, we have the AI strategy issued by the National AI Committee, which is, by the way, is chaired by the Prime Minister himself. And then we have the ONDE, who issued the AI principle. And now ETDA or ETDA, who gonna, implement the AI principle by means of, govern, by means of AI governance, something like that. So it's kind of a systematic way of doing, of implementing AI for the country, something like that. So in order to implement AI governance in Thailand, we come up with an idea that is a layered approach, as you can see from this slide. It means that in each layer, as you can see from here, starting from the top, as the international or regional level, it means that we have to find a way to come up with the way to govern. For example, in this level, Thailand has participated in a number of international activities, for example, OECD, UNESCO, or ASEAN. So in this level, it means that we have to, Thailand has to find a good, positioning for the country, to make sure that we, would benefit from, joining these international activities. And also we have to think about how the international initiative would, impact the way Thailand would, implement AI governance. I'll give you an example. When ASEAN issued AI governance guideline 2 or 3 months ago, so basically we have to, adopt that, guideline and make sure that Thailand comply, that guideline, something like that. But as if you look at the the ASEAN AI governance guideline, it's really broad and it's very general, if you see what I mean. So basically, Thailand has to decide the way we do things according to that guideline, something like that. So we need to find our positioning, in terms of implementing AI for the country, as to comply with the regional guideline and with the international guideline, for example, as OECD or UNESCO, and I believe UN is coming to the picture really soon. So in this respect, we have to come up with some sort of a framework, AI governance framework for Thailand to make sure that, we comply with the international guidelines and so on. But at the same time, it's suitable for the country as well. So in this slide, we believe that in doing AI governance, it's about balance. It's about strike a balance. So we need to find what would be the factor we need to balance. For example, if this is my opinion, okay, if something like OECD AI governance initiatives, for example, if it's gonna come up with a way to regulate, AI advanced systems, which means that each country has to do some sort of enforcement. Thailand has to think, are we ready to do this? Is it necessary for us to, to regulate AI system, because Thailand is just, we're just starting to have AI startup in the country. And actually, in terms of, advanced AI system, only a few organizations doing it right now. If we are going to enforce them from the beginning, it may be not a good idea. Why not let do it? Explore and before we actually regulate them, something like that. So as I said, we have Thailand has to make sure that what would be the best way for country like us, that in order to comply with the international initiatives and balance with what we are doing right now, something like that. So it's gonna be how to make sure that the development of AI in Thailand are not so different from what other countries doing, but at the same time benefit our country as well. So as you can see that we have to come up with the balancing factor for doing AI governance at the international or regional level. Okay. The second layer would be the sectoral level. With this respect, it means that ETDA also have to work with regulators. In Thailand, we have around 18 regulators. For example, the financial ones would be the Bank of Thailand, the Security Exchange of Thailand, and the Office of Insurance, something like that. So basically, we have been working with them in order to come up with a framework for doing AI governance for the financial sector, something like that. The other sector that we have been working is the national telecom and broadcast, and they are in charge of the telecom and the media. Again, it's about come up with factors we need to balance. I believe that at this level is about protection and innovation. For example, if the Bank of Thailand would regulate the use of AI for the bank, we need to make sure that the fintechs or startups in this sector do not don't get too much regulation from the Bank of Thailand. Otherwise, it won't be able to to grow or experimenting or come up with an innovative idea of doing things. But at the same time, we have to make sure that what the banks is using AI to provide services to the customer, they have enough way of protecting the customer as well. So in this level is about balancing between innovation and protection. So you now see my point is that the way we govern AI, why we need to do it in a layer approach. As the third layer is about organization level, it means that any organization in Thailand who would like to adopt AI organization, we actually came out with AI governance guideline. so that they can use this guideline to adopt AI. Again, the balancing factor would be about compliance. Of course, they have to follow certain rules, certain law, something like that. But at the same time, they have to make sure that they can get the benefit of business value as well. So in this level, okay, organization who would like to adopt AI, they have to come up with a way to balance between compliance and business value at the same time. So with this in mind, ETDA we actually selected this level to be our first priority in doing AI governance, which I would be explaining more in the later slides. Okay, at the bottom of the AI governance layer is about individuals. So basically, we believe that it's not only organizations or country, it's about people as well. So it's perhaps a little bit about AI literacy, if you see what I mean. And we have actually identified the organization who would be actually doing this matter, which is the ONDE. I believe that they with AI literacy for Thai people, something like that. So just give you an overview of how we approach AI governance in Thailand. But I can tell you it's a lot of work and a lot of coordination and stakeholder engagement and so on. On the right of this slide, we have to have a number of activities, not just releasing AI framework, guideline, recommendation. I mean, we have to have some sort of activity, something like, seminar, training, and so on. And I can tell you, we have been doing AI governance for 3 years. It's actually, AIGC or AI governance clinic, before is clinic. Now it's AI governance center by ETDA. We were set up 3 years ago. And, when I think before ChatGPT came out, just 1 month, something like that. So it's a lot of work and it's a lot of thinking, because as you can see that AI has moving so fast, and well, it's many things to do at the same time, as I'm gonna tell you later in the later slide. So I actually mentioned about AI Governance Center, AIGC, which is set up by ETDA, my organization, 3 years ago. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this center. So our missions will be focusing on develop frameworks, governance framework, implementation guideline, recommendation, toolkit, and so on, which I will show you, the map of our, the framework later. The second mission is about, provide consultant recommendation, and actually we have to do a number of research work on AI governance as well. And in this regard, I think we have been working with a number of university, which I will show you later. Okay? And then we have the mission to promote the AI governance, knowledge sharing and training. We have a number of trainings for the past year, and this year we have new trainings on AI governance. And lastly, it's about building, networks through collaboration with either the domestic and international experts, which I will show you later. So with these 4 missions, AIGC by ETDA is going to, make sure that, we have a way of, govern AI for Thailand in a way that would both benefit the country, but at the same time, making sure that we, the impact of the use of AI is limited by means of governance, AI governance at the same time. So, as I said, for Thailand, adopting AI is about taking risks. It's about balance between innovation and protection, but at the same time, making sure that we are doing things according to international standard as well. Okay, so this is our missions, and as I said that we want our recommendation frameworks and so on to be in line with international standard. So we set up some sort of international policy advisory panel we call IPAP. As you can see here, we have experts around the world, from Europe, the US, and many other countries as well. These are the experts who would give us the directions of this the center, that what we should head, what should be doing, what kind of thing we should do, as an AI governance center for the country. And of course, we have experts from Thailand as well. So as I said, working with experts from around the world, makes us realize that in order to adopt AI, you need some sort of opinion from various kind of people from other countries as well, something like that. Now, the way the center works is that AITC would be some sort of the body that would work with various kind of stakeholders, as I mentioned in the previous slide. We have international partners, we have domestic partners, and on the right of the slides, we also work with regulators and government agencies. The first year we focuses on the government, healthcare, finance, and this year I think we're gonna focus on education as well. So in order to work with regulators and government agencies who are in charge of particular sectors, ETDA has some sort of various way of doing it. For example, for the healthcare, we have a number of our people to be in certain committees with the Ministry of Public Health, something like that. And with the financial sectors, I think we sort of work with them in various ways. For example, we come up with some sort of the security exchange of Thailand actually adopt our AI governance framework to be used for the for their organization who under their supervision, something like that. And I believe that we have to make sure that in order to work with the public sectors, not regulators, we have to make sure that the governance of AI across Thailand is actually in line with each other. Of course, in each domain, it may be different in details, but at least a common framework should be, at the same, something like that. And this is one of the guiding principles for us, in implementing AI governance for Thailand. And at the bottom of this slide, this is our outputs, if you like. For example, we have some sort of service, provide, consultant service for various kind of organization. We actually publish a number of technical papers and also, articles and guidelines and so on, something like that. And the third one is about, courses, workshops, training, seminar, something like that. So all in all, you can see that AITC by ETDA has various kind of activities in, doing AI governance for Thailand. This is what we accomplished in the past 2 years. And in terms of research and development, we issue guidelines, we issue 3 toolkits, and we work with our experts, from various universities in Thailand. And on the right, as you can see, that we have issued a number of AI governance awareness publications, something like that. 3 years ago, I remember, but sorry, but it's in Thai, in Thai. These AI governance magazines, if you like, again, were issued before ChatGPT came out, actually, But again, when we did these activities, not many people were interested in AI governance. But when ChatGPT came out, now everybody is like, okay, I want AI governance. It's good for us, but at the same time, it means more work for us. That's the first, accomplishment by us in terms of research and development. For the second groups of accomplishment is about adoption and promotion. Actually, last year we initiated the first AI course for executive for the healthcare sector. We call AIX, AI governance program. So basically, we invite people from the health, sector, including people from the policy makers, regulators, and from the private organization as well. So we believe that the reason we selected healthcare as the first priority is that because in Thailand, a number of AI startups have developed AI-based service, but because of our existing law did not support for certain things in using AI for the healthcare, something like that. So we believe that in order to try to get rid of this problem, we have to create awareness among the people who are in the the policy maker organization and regulator and so on, and at the same time let them understand and let them explore how AI is used for the healthcare, something like that. Because in Thailand, we have various kind of health services in Thailand, and we have people from around the world coming to Thailand to get this service. As we believe that if we can use AI to increase the efficiency of this health service, it will benefit the country a lot. That is why we choose healthcare as the first sector to do AI governance. The other things that we did last year was do a survey on AI readiness for the country. I believe that we were the very few countries in the world in terms of measure the readiness for the country in terms of the adoption of AI. When we did a survey on the AI readiness, it was only, I think that the results show that we are only in the beginning. We had something like only 15% of the organization we surveyed, is around 500, something like that, to be able to use AI. The rest were some sort of, wait and see, and only, I think 20% had no idea about AI at all. So it gives us, the complete picture of how AI was, used in the country. We are doing the second AI readiness measurement this year, and we hope that the figure should be better, because as that because of the the promotion of generative AI in the past year and this year as well, it should create awareness and perhaps more adoption for Thailand. The third accomplishment is about collaboration and consultation. And we have, work, as I say, work with the healthcare and the financial sector. And this year we're gonna, extend to other sectors, for example, the government sector as well. And also we start expert fellow. It didn't, come out well. But this year we're gonna focus on include more expert fellows to work with ETDA. And of course, with our international policy advisory panel would continue to give us, advice on the direction of the AI Governance Center. So when I'm talking about framework, recommendation, guideline, this is the whole picture of what we believe that, the two kits, the guideline, the recommendation. As I mentioned that in terms of AI governance for Thailand, we identified three pillars: AI governance structure, AI strategy, and AI operations. As you can see from these slides, a number of guidelines have been identified. Some of them were already completed last year. For example, the AI use case canvas toolkit, AI risk assessment toolkit, and this year we're gonna launch 4 more. I think is AI roadmap guideline, AI job redesign, and AI generative AI governance as well, something like that. And as you can see, many work to do in terms of produce toolkits and recommendation and guidelines. And once we have these guidelines in place, we're gonna work with, as I mentioned in previous slide, work with the regulator, policy makers, and private sector as well. So a number of activities would be conducted. For example, workshop, knowledge sharing, focus group meeting, training, and so on. And on the most right column, once we have enough data or information regarding the AI adoption in Thailand, we're going to propose recommendation to the government, to the AI National Committee. For example, AI National Governance, AI Adoption Policy, and AI Regulation. I will show you later that in terms of regulation, we actually have 2 drafts of AI law for Thailand. And AI skill transition is one of the policy that we are working on as well. So basically, as you can see from this slide, many things to do. But I believe that by means of doing these kind of things, we actually have results. In Thailand right now, I can tell you that since ChatGPT and came out, and the beginning of this year, they have the World Economic Forum activity in Davos, and it's like everybody wants to do AI right now, but they don't know where to start. But with this AI governance guideline that we're gonna launch and promote and try to make people to use this guideline, we believe that we will answer what the country needs right now, which is where to start, what we should do, and how. I think this is what Thailand is doing right now. But at the same time, we have to make sure that in certain matters, we need more research. As I believe that this seminar, is about research and development. And ETDA would like to encourage people and encourage researchers in Thailand to think about doing research on AI governance. As you can see from the name of these toolkits, there are so many things that we have actually not figured what should be the best way to do it. For example, for the toolkit, the AI job redesign, I believe that is would have a lot of impact. Imagine if you are a CEO of a company and you would like to adopt AI for your company, and you know that with the generative AI tools, many of them, and how gonna adopt them in order to make sure that your company would benefit from using generative AI. How gonna make sure that people in your company know how to use these tools, but at the same time, how can how can we come up with a way to use these tools so that it would benefit the company. It means that you have to redesign your job in your company, something like that. So they're gonna need some sort of toolkits or recommendation. That's why ETDA think that AI job redesign is one of the things that the country needed right now. But in order to make sure that we come up with a good framework, of course, ETDA would have to work with other organizations. For example, we have some sort of HR consortium, something like that, PMAC or something. I can't remember the name correctly. But with this, job redesign framework, in order to make them work, you need to talk to the people who are actually doing these kind of things. For example, the HR consortium, something like that. My point is that even though we have this guideline, toolkit, and so on, it doesn't guarantee it would succeed. You have to make sure that it goes to the right people, something like that. But at the same time, ETDA needs to make sure that the whole AI governance thing has has to be in line, whether it's going to be used by a policy maker, regulator, and a certain professional organization, something like that. So my point is that this is new for us, and I believe that I think everybody on this planet, we are trying to come up with a way to govern AI. So my point is that the way ETDA is doing right now, we would be happy to work with other countries as well, and also as I mentioned, it's about research on AI governance. We believe that there's other things to do. The guideline, the toolkits, blueprint here, it's just a starting point, because we believe that once you get into the implementation stage, we need to have more research, in implementing this matter, because as perhaps you know better than me, that the impact of generative AI is far more than just a technology. I think it's going to change the way we work, the way we do things. So my point is, I'm not sure this is what we are doing right now is okay or not, but we have to do it anyway. It's never been done before. That never that a single technology would make such impact on everybody, on every organization, something like that. So I'm gonna go a little bit detail in our AI governance framework. So when we talk about AI governance, people might think that it's about make things legal, something like that. But it turns out that it's not only make things legal, but you have to make sure that when you adopt AI, it's achieve business object as well, but at the same time comply with AI ethical principle and also other relevant law and regulations. But at the same time, in fact, I think, as I said, it's about taking risks. It's about balance between benefits and risks. It's about come up with a way that organization would make sure that although you not completely ready for the AI, but you can do certain things in adopting AI. So I believe that AI governance is perhaps the best answer to do digital transformation or organization transformation. After we have been doing digital transformation for 10 years. In Thailand, we have a national initiative which is called Thailand 4.0. But, when we started Thailand 4.0 initiative, we didn't come up with some sort of framework. So for me, I think this time, I think we should do the thing differently. So in order to, do the digital transformation right, I think we should start with the framework. So AI governance framework is going to be what we are trying to do. Okay. So as I mentioned, we have three pillars: the AI governance structure, AI strategy, and AI operation. And if you have read other AI recommendation from various organizations, you see that it's no different from other as well. But my point is that when we started drafting AI governance framework for Thailand, one of our goals is that we have to keep it simple. We don't want to come up with a 200 pages recommendation, because it's too much for us. We need people to have some sort of learning curve. So we said, okay, we're going to start with something very, very easy to understand. So we come up with three pillars, the structure, AI governance, structure, strategy, and operation. And in each pillar, we need to make sure that people understand. And the framework should be as much flexible as possible so that, for example, this guideline can be used by either if you are SME or you are a big company, something like that, or you are a government sector, so that, they can appreciate the framework. So we start with a simple framework first, the three pillars. Now, in each pillar, we have identified what is the element, what are the elements in each pillar. For example, with the AI governance structure, we say that, okay, you have to have some sort of AI governance council. It means that, you have to have a mechanism to govern AI in your organization. But at the same time, we said, if you are a small company or a small organization, perhaps you didn't need to, to set up a particular committee for AI governance. You can actually use your existing committee to do this job, something like that. This is an example of the reason why we need to keep this framework flexible as flexible as possible. And the second pillar is for AI strategy. So this is very important, perhaps the most important pillar, among the three pillars, because we believe that when you going to use AI, you have to make sure that you know how to balance between the benefit and risk, because it's very easy, just to implement AI, but at the same time, if you don't know the risk, associated with your AI initiative, it would, make your AI project not so successful, something like that. So in this pillar, we emphasize on coming up with, a good strategy for the organization. And that's why we need toolkits, because in each organization, you have to actually, analyze the risks and benefits. So in order to do that, we come up with the AI use case canvas. And, as I mentioned, we have actually, did the workshops, 2 workshops, and to try whether this strategy, the AI strategy workshop is okay or not. Well, I can tell you, when we did the workshop, actually 2 workshops, this is the most favorite toolkits that they say that when they do the use AI uses canvas, it sort of open up their mind that, oh, well, I mean, if you want to use AI for our in my organization, at first they think, oh, it would be easy. We have these pain points, we want to get rid of this problem, and we believe that using AI would make us get rid of this problem. But when they actually did the canvas use AI uses canvas toolkit with us, they said, oh, well, it didn't exactly answer our question at all. Okay, because sometimes what you think and what you actually come up with the result of doing that use case, perhaps it didn't actually answer your need, something like that. So this is just an example of the reason why we need this pillar, because strategy is perhaps the most important aspect of doing AI for organization. Okay. Well, because I didn't have time to talk much, but I just gave you, when we issue this governance framework, when we did the workshop, that is the way we test our framework, whether it's work or not, something like that. The third pillar is perhaps the easier one, because once you know what to do and once you know how to reduce the risk, the operation would be just the logical step of adopting AI. And so to summarize this governance framework, as I said, I think it's answer our mission. One thing is that we have come up with a sensible governance framework. We have actually tried the framework with the people who come out to workshop. But and as I said in the previous slide, the toolkits that we had last year, the readiness assessment, AI uses canvas, and risk assessment are only the first step. We need more toolkits. For example, once they know what they want, once they have the strategy, the next thing they would need would be how can I draft our AI roadmap? Or once they know they're going to implement this AI for certain functions in their organization, and they would need the AI job redesign toolkit, something like that. So as I mentioned, this is our first step. The second step is coming soon, and the third step perhaps is some sort of middle plan, something like that. So I can tell you that right now what ETDA is doing is learning by doing. We're actually studying a number of frameworks from around the world, OECD, Oxford, NIST, and a number of well-known international organizations who have issued various kinds of AI recommendations and guidelines. So I would say that our framework would be a framework of frameworks, if you see what I mean. But the most important thing is not about issuing framework, it's about implementing it, and it's about making sure that your people know how to use framework and how to extend or apply the framework for each organization. And I believe that in doing this, we actually come up with a way in digital transformation. Before, we thought that AI governance is only about making things legal, because as at AIGC, we got questions something like, okay, my organization would like to use AI for our customer, can ETDA tell me if we do it right, if we do it legally or not, something like that. If you see what I mean. But when we actually explain to them that, governance is not all about regulation and, and make things legal, but AI governance turns out to be how to adopt AI in a way that your organization would get the most benefit out of AI. It would make your organization have some sort of a way of transforming their organization. So I believe that, with the AI governance framework, which I just explained to you, we should, continue to develop this framework to make it more complete. And at the same time, as you know, that because AI technologies are moving so fast, and we're gonna need more toolkits. I can tell you, we're gonna need more toolkits. And I believe that our toolkits should be a living one. It means that it should be updated quite often, because the technology has, so how to say, new things happens every day, and you need toolkits to be up to date to this update of this technology, something like that. And well, I'm not going to go into detail for each framework pillar, just because I only have 5 minutes left. Can I go to the last slide, the last item is about AI law in Thailand. As I mentioned before, we have already 2 drafts of AI laws in Thailand. The first one is about more controlling. It's about, well, actually, very, very much like AI Act of the EU. But the second one, which is issued by ETDA ourselves, is more about promotion. So in this AI Act of Thailand, we emphasize on to promote or pro-innovate the use of AI in Thailand. So we would have some sort of, sandbox, data sharing, standardization, risk assessments, and, standard model of contract, when you use AI, something like that. As you can see that because things moving so fast, there is no point right now in trying to control them, because you don't know when it's gonna change, something like that. So instead, I think Thailand would be happy on, if we are to, issue a law, happy to issue a law that would, promote the use of AI instead of control, something like that. Okay, and these are the detail of the second draft of AI law for Thailand, something like that. So conclusion. There are a number of findings that we, noticed in the past 2 years since we set up AITC. In order to balance between innovation and regulation, is quite tricky, and we need to educate regulators and government organization more. Education them is very, 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 how to say, we need to do it quickly. I can tell you myself, I can tell you that myself actually, has been in a number of high-ranking meetings so that they understand, the situation regarding the AI governance around the world. And as mentioned, again that healthcare is perhaps the worthwhile choice of doing AI governance, especially for Thailand. Okay, and as for organizational level, I think by releasing AI governance guideline, as I mentioned, I think is a key success for Thailand because we need them to learn. Because eventually it's them who actually gonna adopt AI, and so prepare them to make sure that by the time AI Thailand would have AI regulation, they are well prepared. Because for us, AI regulation is about AI governance, and the last one is that we need generative AI governance ASAP. Okay, so that's my presentation. So to summarize, right now we doing AI governance in a way. Our motto is about balancing innovation and governance. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. So anyone would like to ask me any question, please do so. Thank you very much. Any question?
Dr. Star, thank you. Can I have a question?
Sure.
Thank you for your great presentation. About me, I'm from Brunei University, Brunei Darus Salam. I'm a PhD researcher. I'm working on AI tools in like academic writing. Also, like AI governance in higher education is my something that I'm also working on that like, in ASEAN context, and Thailand or Mahidol University is one of them. And I enjoyed your presentation. It was generally about AI governance in three sectors like finance, education, and as well finance, education, and or we can say medical science, or what we call it, sorry, the other one, So I wonder, you have any research specifically in AI governance in higher education? Something like that, you're working on that? Any research group, research team you have or no? I would like to join or just get some ideas or like to collaborate if you have such a thing. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's a good question because I believe in my opinion, I think education would be perhaps the sector that would get the most impact from generative AI. But I believe that there are also concerns. So we have to do it right, something like that. For Thailand, okay, because we have the Ministry of Education and we have Ministry of Higher Education, two different ministries. So for Thailand, it's quite tricky because these two ministries, they, so perhaps sometimes they don't, go along with each other. But as I said, that we have the National AI Committee, who, the committee which is chaired by the Prime Minister. I believe that with this committee should some sort of come up with a way to govern the education sector. In my opinion, this is perhaps the opportunity, a great opportunity for Thailand to reform education. I myself have exposures to work with people from Ministry of Education, and I can tell you that we have fought many battles to reform our education, and it going nowhere. And I believe AI is perhaps the best option for Thailand in reform our education. But we need to rethink education. I mean, we are not going to use AI to save education reform using the old way. You need to reimagine education in the future, I mean, in my opinion. And for Thailand, I can tell you that, if you look at the numbers regarding ICT infrastructures, we have 5G, we have internet, we have computer, we have smartphone. I mean, in terms of adoption, I mean, Thai people are crazy on, adopting technology. So we didn't have problem about, adoption at all, the digital adoption. But how can we use this technology to help education reform? I think that's the key point. Well, my suggestion would be, you need a blueprint. You need a guiding principle of using AI for education, something like that. That is what come to my mind right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sak.
สวัสดีครับ Dr. Sak. Hello.
Okay.
Hi, I'm P from UCL นะครับ long time no see, but my question would be, what is the current update on the AI Promotion Act that you have just spoken of? Is it needs to be reviewed further, or do we wait for the cabinet approval?
Oh, okay, another good question. We are going to have some sort of another revision session on the two draft of our AI act, something like that. I think probably perhaps sometime next month. And my opinion is that the both draft would need to be adjusted a lot as a result of AI Act of EU and because of the generative AI. I think if you ask me if Thailand needs AI Act or AI law, definitely we need AI law, but we don't need right now. As for EU AI Act, which is going to be in effective something like in 2 years or 3 years, I think by the time this EU AI Act, become effective, we should prepare Thailand by means of AI governance, something like that. But if you ask me what kind of AI Act would be, I think maybe in terms of controlling or regulate, I think it would be something like the most advanced AI systems, for example, the large language model. And but as you already know that AI Act is like everybody. But for Thailand, I think perhaps if you want to regulate, it would be on the most advanced or AI system, something like that. Right now, as far as I concerned, at least 3 large language models have been developed by Thai organization. I mean, NECTEC, I think, and the ETDA, AI Association, I think. And the other one is from SCB, the private sector. So if you want to regulate AI, I think this should be the first system that should, regulate something like that.
Thank you ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you. Any question? Okay, if not, thank you very much for listening to my presentation. And if you are interested in AIGC, you can actually visit at the etda.or.th. And one thing for sure, that for those who would like to, do research on AI, I strongly encourage you to, have a look at the AI governance, because there's too little research on this matter, whereas I think we really need it right now, as you can see. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation. And you can actually get the copy of my presentation, okay, and use it. Okay, thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ